Welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. It's going to be a 78 Camaro video. Not sure what he was monkeying with there, but I think we might be working on heater box stuff today. Not sure, actually. So I will let you know when I know. I do know he's got the core support painted, and I know he's decided to do a pretty fancy radiator top plate, but I seriously doubt we have it yet. But it actually also acts as the closeout in front of the core support, so that'll be pretty neat. Anyway, let's get it warm in here because it's a little chilly, and go from there. Okay, one of the things I wanted to do while I'm waiting for Harlan is figure out if this is actually in plane. And there's a couple ways I want to do it. The first easy one was just go ahead and drop a straight edge down the belt groove that fit in there pretty nice, and check our plunge straight on down to the same surface at both points on the head, and those are definitely the same. The next thing I'm going to do is run a straight edge across the face here as best I can. That's the thing I haven't figured out, and make that same measurement. But I honestly think that it's just an optical illusion that it isn't straight, because with that there, it sure looks pretty straight. So but it might be this angle I wind up using, so I'll report back. I don't have enough hands to run the camera and show you, but this is how I had it faced, and then I measured from that 17 in and from that 22 in, and the distance is pretty similar. It's as close as it's going to get with how I'm measuring on straightness. So I think this actually is pretty straight to the engine. Well, I just spent a little bit of time back in his parts room looking for keyway pumps. This is the pump that originally came with this car. Now, is it original to the car? Don't know. But you'll see how this one is a friction fit. This is what we do need, which is a keyway fit. So, yeah. Although, honestly, I think all I need currently is just a body for us to figure out where a tube can be welded for the return. So, yeah, I don't know about either of these. I'm going to have to check and see what I've got. We don't know. Okay, so I got that off. It was a little stuck because the keyway's not super pretty. But we got that off. Even if we wind up replacing the pump itself, which comes out, I want to do fitting on that because I kind of like the way this return line here is coming out and coming up, because we're going to have to add one more. Obviously, we would use the shorter bolts off of the more modern, but that's fine. But we're going to have to add one more return like we did on the 55. So just getting that sorted out. All right, for this test, I stole the flat bolt that was here on the original pump, and I threw a stud back in there for now. And I threw that flat bolt on this case, and now I'm cleaning out these so that I can get this mounted. And don't worry about that. Anything we wind up using will get cleaned up. Right now, we just want to check our alignment and clearances. All right, we went to hang that, but these holes, or at least this one, was a little sticky, so we're just chasing it real quick. The end of it was a little sticky. I probably pushed some paint or something in. Yeah, see the paint in the threads? So now that should go in. This one was already starting pretty good. I think that's the one we did last time, but I'll chase it down again just to make sure. All right, we actually had to chamfer and clean both of the holes. Now we've got that. Now this isn't our high pressure line, so ignore that that's there because, you know, obviously that hits. But look back there. See, we do clear the head. So that's as in as she's going to go. We could probably go to a slightly smaller body, but I'm hoping we don't have to. I want to kind of clean this up real quick and slide the pulley on because I'm a little worried about that. All right, so, oh, I got some grease or something on there. You can see from here to there. So if we can swap that out for a button head, that'll buy us a little bit as well. Okay, and we just used a rethreader to prove that this metric bolt off of the steering gear is a 10 with a 1.5 pitch, because that would buy us a little bit more if that was a button head, you know, because then I'd get to there. And we're gonna go grab some belts. Okay, so we've been in here trying to find belts that actually already fit. For the power steering, we actually like this, what did we go with? 74-35. So that 7 has to do with this width, but it's 43.5 inches long, and that clears this bolt even. Unfortunately, we don't have anything that clears here, so what we're going to do is take a piece of string, wrap it around it, put this midway. Well, let me get it back to midway here, and that's where I want it to be snug. So we'll measure the string and then figure out what it is, because the 75-60 is too long, and obviously 25s are too short. So we're going to find out. I think it's going to be probably, you know, 55 inches or so. So let's see. Okay, and based on what we measured, we want a belt that's going to fall between 53 and 54.5. And the reason we care about those little half-inch increments is when it's good and snug, we really want it to be kind of right there-ish, because over time belts stretch a little and you keep tightening, and if we're already on the end, I'd rather go start a little shorter. But if you get too short, it's too hard to get the belt on. So, you know, 6 one, half the other. But yeah, always plan on a little bit of stretch on the belt. Alright, so we went ahead and yanked that line we wouldn't have used anyway off. So we're thinking for this one, this might be the return from the Hydra Boost. And then if we raise a fitting here and bring it down and around, or even starting down here and bring it down and around, depending on what's back there, then we can get an exit a little closer to the factory, which is, see, from the factory it just dumps straight down. So if we can do something to get it down in here, that way we can keep the hose out of the gear and out of the pulley. Alright, so we just figured out where our other return line can come in, and we're going to try to route it around like that one was. I'm probably going to forget when I'm editing, so you probably just saw 2 pictures of it anyway, because I probably forgot to remove them during the edit. So we've done this before. It works fine. It's just a little better than using a T out in the line on the return. Neither one of us think that's the best option. Well, and with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and close this video. I know it doesn't look like much happened, but a lot of measuring, a lot of figuring out what to buy. You know, every time you turn around, you got to sort a couple more things out. I also just saw that sooner or later we got to put the actual bolts in. We weren't sure when this went to the dyno if this was going to be the water pump we were going to use. But honestly, with as much as they charge for these things, might as well. It doesn't have that many miles on it. And once again, still haven't vacuumed that out. 3 things at a time here. And really thought that was part of the list today, but it just wasn't. Trying to get the accessories sorted before there's things in our way, or if we've got to order anything. That was more on our list. So we're going to go ahead and get a new pump body. I don't know that I would trust that. This will get cleaned up and have a pipe braze to it, and then we will have our return set up, and then he can paint this up the way he wants it. We'll get the belts on order now that we know their lengths. And yeah, so that was another 78 Camaro video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. This has been another ShopRex approved video. Thanks for watching.